Let's take a quick look at what we were talking about on the David Pakman Show years ago today. It's been a little while since we did this. Like to review some old stories. 1 year ago today, Republican Senator Saxby Chambliss said, "I'm not gay, so I'm not going to marry one." 1 year later, I still don't know what he meant by that, Lewis.
Who knows? I'm glad he's not in the media anymore.
2 years ago today, I was almost arrested in Montreal, Canada for currency fraud. Check out the May 26th, 2012 episode in our archives if you remember for that story. That was a classic story, Lewis. People ate that up.
Something always happens to you when you go to Montreal, I've noticed.
3 years ago today, in the middle of a whooping cough problem in California, in part related to parents choosing not to vaccinate their kids, the Republicans were saying, you know what? We might actually reduce funding for vaccines for children. That was really logical 3 years ago today. 4 years ago today, this is a classic. Joe Biden says this is a big effing deal when introducing President Barack Obama at the healthcare bill signing. That's a classic. And 5 years ago today, criticism of President Obama. I find this almost quaint. 5 years ago, there was criticism of President Obama from the right because he was doing too many press conferences as opposed to George W. Bush, who almost never spoke to the press. And the press conferences were too boring because President Obama would speak at too much length about issues. It's amazing what people can choose to criticize others about. 5 years ago, the president was doing too many press conferences, and that was a bad thing.
Yeah, too much information, I guess, is just a bad thing, Dave. Too much nuance is even worse.
Right. Too bad he was going on too long and actually not talking in talking points at the time. All right, let's take a break. Plenty more coming up today. We have, what do we have today? I want to talk about Rick Santorum coming out of the woodwork. I think you're going to care about what he said. We'll also talk about a miscarriage reporting bill that has been proposed in Kansas. It's heinous. And creationists are really upset with the new Cosmos series hosted by Neil deGrasse Tyson. That and much more, and your voicemails coming up today.